Okay, hi everybody, here goes. Today I'm doing my first video reply. I thought I'd get into it. I've been chatting to a couple of nice people on YouTube and I've been feeling a bit sort of isolated recently. So this is a video reply to Candy, Soul and Soil's excellent video, The Anatomy of a Deck Collection Part 1, hashtag unused deck, wise. So this video is about the decks I've got that I don't use and why I don't use them. So this is going to be in no particular order really. So Golden Universal Tarot, don't know why I got this, picked it up second hand. And the reason why I don't use this deck is that I don't really like it. I find it a bit kitsch. So if I had to narrow it down to sort of two words, I would say too kitsch. It's very like the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's got lots of gold in it. The women are a bit kind of like, you know, a bit Pirelli calendar, and some of the pages are a bit silly. So, you know, I thought I'd like it, but I just don't like it. And I tried to work with it, and I made a few videos with it, and then after a bit I thought, no, you either like a deck or you don't. So, yeah. Secondly, here we go, the Bianconero Tarot by Marco Proietto, and this is quite nice. It's, you know, it's pretty nicely drawn, I would say. It's got a slightly woodcut style. It's got nice sort of semi-naked men all over it. But the thing is, it's black and white, and I can't read with black and white decks. I just can't. I immediately think, where's the colour? I think I've read with this once when I did a deck interview, you know, asking it what sort of deck it was. And it answered fairly well, but I'm just like, where's the colour? So I know that rules out a huge amount of decks, but that's just the person I am. So in two words, why don't I work with this deck? No colour. Okay, now I'm just about to sell this one to my lovely flatmate, Jacopo. This is the Alexander Danilov Tarot of 2012, and I suppose I bought this because of fear of missing out, maybe. I saw a big blow up of one of these cards in that lovely big Taschen tarot book by Jessica Hundley, I think it is. And I thought, well, this is a really, you know, talented draftsman, and indeed it is. A very talented illustrator. But I find the deck is incoherent. It doesn't, it's got a lot of style, but it just doesn't have one style. So the style keeps changing. I've done a proper long review of this. It's also got mistakes in it. For example, two of the aces have mistakes in them. Here we have Ace of Swords, element of air. He's got this, the sign of Scorpio there, the eagle, because he seems to have made the mistake of thinking that Scorpio is an air sign. It's not, it's a water sign. And then later on, he's got Ace of Cups. I mean, you might as well know why I'm not using this deck. I find these images just too grim. So in two words, why don't I use this deck? Too grim. I mean, people have strange sort of masks over their noses as if they've lost their noses during syphilis, which I don't like. There's an Ace of Battens. Fire, Leo, fine. Okay, here you are, ladies and gentlemen, the Ace of Cups. He's got the Aquarius here, the angel with the water. Cups, water, Aquarius. He seems to think that Aquarius is a water sign. Aquarius isn't a water sign, it's an air sign. So these two aces are in a sense the wrong way around. The real reason why the ultimate reason why I don't use this deck, because it's fun, you know, isn't it? It's fun. Is because the kings and queens, I think, are pretty unreadable. They're just not clear about which suit they belong to. The knights are a bit better, the pages are a bit better. Major Arcana is very nice. But the kings and the queens, I mean, frankly, which queen is that? I know because I've taken hours working it out. Do you know? And, I mean, okay, I guess there's a cup there and there's a fish, isn't there? I think that's the Queen of Pentacles. Even though there aren't any pentacles in the image, there is a globe. So that's why I don't read with the Alexander Danilov Tarot of 2012. A brilliant designer and illustrator, but I do not think it's a coherent tarot. So, in 3 words, not coherent enough for me. The New American Tarot by David Aaron Smith. Why did I buy this? I was flattered because flattered and excited. I was flattered because I got to talking to the artist on Instagram. Artist, very nice, very witty, very handsome. And also I was excited on an artistic level. I like this deck of cards as an art piece. I think it's very good. I think the colours and the designs are truly fabulous, and I think this is a lovely collector's piece. Why don't I work with it? Well, the artist has modernised everything very radically. So Major Arcana is terrific. Minor Arcana, the pentacles have become tablets. Here's the Knight of Tablets, the King of Tablets, Queen of Tablets, Page of Tablets. The court cards are really difficult to read, I think. Really difficult. And the cups have become bottles, water bottles. I think that's pretty good, pretty fair enough. The battens have become boards, and he says that he feels that boards are the building blocks of life, but I don't think battens are the building blocks of life. I think battens are fire, and fire is aims, drives, desires, purposes. For me, pentacles are the building blocks of life, and he's got pentacles, he's turned them into tablets. There you have the 10 of tablets, and tablets, I guess he means, you know, iPads. Computers are not the building blocks of life. They're this buzzy, crazy, neurotic, intellectual, virtual world. Very much an airy thing. So I think he's got 2 of the signs mixed up. And I also think that he gives us guns instead of swords. And I think that's just about okay, except that I would say that swords are like knives, and a sword you can cut with. And so you can sort of edit with a sword, but you can't really edit with a gun, because a gun is just such an explosive thing that sort of tears and rips and causes craters. I think a gun is a much less precise thing than a sword. So as you can see, a very lovely thing there, but not something I want to read with. Why don't I want to read with this? In 2 words, too radical. I don't know. It's an art piece. It's not a working tarot for me. Okay. I inherited this from a dear friend who passed away, the tarot by Carl W. Roerig. There's a number of reasons why I don't read with this. I've never even been tempted to read with this. It's a Thoth deck, and I'm not a Thoth reader. Don't like Crowley anyway. I'm not interested in Thoth, and I think it's horrendous. It's muddled and it's full of stuff, and it's got sort of rather orgasmic females. It's very much I think a straight guy's desk. It's a bit like one of those calendars hanging on the wall of an all-male workspace. So, yeah, why don't look? It's got breasts just like popped in. It's very dated, and it's very confused, and it's very tasteless. So why don't I read with the Carl W. Röhrig tarot in 2 words, too tasteless, I would say. So we're coming up to a sort of best and worst. Shall I leave the worst till last? That'll keep you watching, won't it? One of the nicest tarots that I don't read with, ladies and gentlemen, is the Ghetto Tarot here. Look, the Ghetto Tarot. What's not to like? It's an absolute delight. It's a tarot staged by an art collective in the slums of Haiti. And this is a tarot that you can absolutely love, and I do absolutely love it. Why don't I read with it? Because it's a photographic tarot. It doesn't work for me as an oracle instrument, as an oracular instrument. I put the cards down and I see actors and artists staging tarot scenes. I don't see tarot cards. I find it quite hard to part with this deck because it's so touching and it's so beautiful. But I don't read with it. I don't really have a lot bad to say about it, except that it's photographs. And that doesn't quite do it for me. I use some collage decks, but I don't use photograph decks. So in 2 words, why don't I use the lovely, lovely Ghetto Tarot? Because it's photographs, because it's a staged tarot. And last, but by no means least, I have never been, I got this because I was doing a lot of YouTube live tarot readings and everyone was asking about love. So I thought I better get a love oracle. And this is Lo Scarabeo. And I've never even been remotely tempted to even begin to read with this. I think it's sort of the worst deck of cards I've ever bought. I just think it's a terrible production. No matter how much I try, I won't be able to get it into focus for you because the cards are so weirdly printed or designed. Maybe it's in the design, maybe it's deliberate, but everything's blurry, you know? And I mean, I've glanced. It's got I Ching in it, okay? And I've glanced at the meanings down the side, your inner guide, the innocence of the child, fear of love. I mean, I don't actually even like oracle decks all that much. But I mean, I think one of these cards is impotence. I mean, what would you do if you were doing a reading for someone and impotence came down? But anyway, my problem with this is I think it's just really, really, really badly scanned and printed by Lo Scarabeo. If you're watching this and you want me to know that it's meant to be printed like that so that everything looks like a blur, let me know. And I'll take it all back. I don't think the designs are amazingly good anyway. And I don't think it's very well printed. So, in 2 words, why don't I read with the I Ching of love? I'm trying to put it into 2 words because it is because I can't find anything to like about it. So that was me, a grumpy video, but you know, it's about unused decks, isn't it? So I guess I was trying to respond to the hashtag. I'll be back next week. Stay tuned, and if you have any comments, please, of course, always very much of great interest to me, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to justify my grumpiness. Okay, everyone, bye. Bye. If you've enjoyed this video, you might like to consider subscribing to my channel. It makes a difference. Thank you.